Jays captains heading out to the middle of the field. And the Jays captains tonight, you got number 43, Keith Stennis, number 44, Will Brenzen. You got 51 out there, Kevin Baker, and number 54, Ben Bates. So those are your captains for tonight for the Jays. But Jays heading out.
Looks like we're receiving it, Joey.
Looks like the Jays are going to receive this kick. And it's going to be Bethune. Bethune gets to the edge. Bethune gets to the 30, 35-yard line. Bethune shifted into fourth gear. Shirt grab, slowed him up enough time, and he's out at the 35-yard line. David Bethune finally tackled up under center. It is Wells. And it's going to be right up the gut to Pendleton. Pendleton to the 30, 20-yard line. 15, cuts it back inside, 5, 10, in, touchdown, Jays, Kevion Pendleton, as he is in from 37 yards out. Making the sprint from the sideline in. Snap back, place down. Kick is up, and the kick is up through the uprights by Jacob Wilson. Point after good. And with 10:25 to go in this first quarter, the Jays drawing first blood. They are on top of the Jaguars. It is 7-0. We'll be back. And right up through the middle, that looked like that was Kyle Nunn, number 3, the running back. And he was stopped right at the line of scrimmage by the Jays. And they're on that tackle. Jaden Rolling.
On the run, number 3.
Well, Davis got a little piece of that too now.
High handoff again, right on up the middle for the Jaguars.
And George, what they're doing.
Brooks in there on the tackle, a couple of yard gain. And shotgun set here. Ludwig the toss back and pop right at the line of scrimmage. The wide receiver on that wide receiver screen, Darius Jones on the toss, and he was popped down hard. Pendleton, the single setback. You got Wings and Bethune in the slots on either side as the Jays go from right to left, and it's going to be to Bethune. Bethune finds the seam, puts the foot in the ground, cuts back up the hash marks, and finally dropped down at about the 36-yard line. David Bethune, a couple of nice cutbacks, slots. You've got Wings near side, Bethune far side, and it's Wings in motion, and it's going to be the pass. Wells rolling to his right. Wells tucks it, cuts it up. Wells gets past midfield and is upended on the far side at about the 47, 48-yard line of the Jaguars.
If he got his arm up quick enough, Bethune was wide open in the flat.
Brooks back, heels at the 25-yard line, puts a foot into it, just drives it. No fair catch call. And a right on up the hash marks. Nice tackle on the far side over there for the Jays. Yeah, Clayton Hurley on the tackle. And Ludwig, the quick handoff, right on up the middle, and not much doing there. Jays wrap up and drop the running back, and that was led by Rolling for the Jays. And Jordan Garth, rather, number 71. Bates, quick screen to the right side, and almost losing his footing, but gathering it back under him was Jones, and Jones in on the tackle for the Jays, Cohen Davis. And this time it's going to be the handoff running wide is Jones. Jones dragged down.
That's got to be a hole.
As Garnett in on the tackle.
Jones on the run.
And it is good. 41-yard field goal attempt is good.
That's a good kick. That's a good kick.
So with 3:45 to go here in the first half. Or Zumwalt West is 17. The Jays is 7. We'll be back. More Jays football from the custom screen. And Wings in motion, and it's going to be Bethune with the carry. Bethune finds the seam, gets up the hash marks. Bethune to the 30-yard line, 35-yard line. David Bethune, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Jays, David Bethune. There was a lot of misdirection heading to the left, and Bethune just kind of stutter-stepped it through the line of scrimmage and got through there for the 83-yard touchdown run.
He is thunder and lightning all wrapped up in a bottle, I'm telling you.
Snap back, place down, kicks up. Kick is driven through the uprights, and with 2:38 to go here in the first half, the Jays trail the Jaguars. It is 17-14. We've got more for you after this 30-second timeout for the custom screen printing and embroidery broadcast booth. You're listening to Jays Football on KLIK.
You're listening to Jeff City Jays Football on 103.5 FM and 1240 AM. KLIK.
Pass far side. Intercepted! Intercepted! Bethune! 10-5, touchdown, David Bethune!
Wow!
Flipped the script. The ball looked like it got tipped at the offensive line. And David Bethune into the end zone. Touchdown, Jays.
He just threw a high ball.
With 2.5 to go here in the first half. Took him 8 seconds to go from a deficit to a lead. But he chose the under route.
That's correct.
Again, rolling left.
Here he goes.
Ludwig fires that ball downfield. Ball intercepted again. David Bethune at the Jays 45-yard line.
What do they say, George? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Shame on you, Ludwig. I knew they were going deep. And
so did David Bethune. And Bates back to pass. Pump fake. Bates coming from the backside is Garnett. Garnett gets him.
Timeout.
Sack, they can't.
We can,
yeah, but that's a third. They'll loss of yardage. They're going to mark the ball at the 16-yard line. Bates, empty backfield set behind him. Bates, pump and go. Fires it, lofts it downfield, a wobbler, and it is almost intercepted by David Bethune again. Your halftime score here from Fort Zumwalt West High School, the Jays 21, the Jaguars 17. You're listening to Jays football on KLIK. Up under center, it is Wells. Got Wings and Pendleton. The setbacks is Pendleton gashing through midfield for Pendleton. Pendleton got his ankle rolled.
He's all right.
He pops up. Jays right back at the line of scrimmage, the 43-yard line, 1st and 10. It's going to be Pendleton again. Pendleton busting through. Pendleton, the 30-yard line. Pendleton, stutter step 20, 10, busting through down to the 3-4-yard line. Kevion Pendleton, 2 carries. And the Jays blowing this thing out here. And a lot of mess in that backfield and trying to get back to the line of scrimmage again and down to about the 2-yard line. Nice run, pushed out of bounds is a Bethune. Then nose of the ball just off the goal line for the Jays. It's a 4th and goal to go for Jeff City. Up to the line of scrimmage. Wells up under center, Pendleton, and it's going to be Wells pushing forward, and it's going to be no signal.
Are you kidding me?
Bethune's got the signal.
Wow, that was too long of a
call. Touchdown, Jays.
You saw that up here, George. This is huge.
Jacob Wilson for the extra point. Kick is up. The kick is through the uprights with 9:24 to go in the third quarter. Jays back on top. It is 28-24. We'll be back. More Jays football after this 30-second timeout. And he's looking downfield. He finally tucks it and he fires. End zone. Touchdown. Jaguars.
His foot was out of bounds, George, when he caught it.
Yeah, I thought he was out of bounds.
One foot was in, one foot was out.
And that's the discussion right now that Dave Bethune is having with the official. The extra point is good, and with 7:39 to go here in the third quarter, Jaguars on top, 31-28. We'll be back. More Jays football from the custom screen printing and embroidery broadcast booth after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to Jays football. Goff has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line, back deep for the Jays near side. It's Wilson, far side Bethune, and it's going to be Wilson running up and catching it about the 20-yard line. Wilson trying to find some hash mark room, cuts it all the way across the field. Wilson, 35-yard line, 40-yard line, and ushered out of bounds at the 46-yard line. It's Rodney Wilson on the kick return, and he gets the Jays in a really good field position. Pendleton puts his hand in the dirt. Wells back to pass, slings it downfield. Bethune caught, 15-10 by touchdown Jays.
That's what that does, George.
David Bethune.
Flag on the play.
At the 45-yard line, flag down at the 47. Holding on the Jays. Ball spotted now inside Jays territory at the 43-yard line. Line to gain is the 35.
Let's get back with the same play.
So 1st and 22 for Jeff City. And it's going to be Pendleton right on up the middle. Pendleton gets to the original line of scrimmage. Pendleton still going. Brought down at the Jaguar 39-yard line.
Wow.
And Pendleton looking at a couple of would-be tacklers. Pendleton again, busts through, 35-yard line, Pendleton to the 30-yard line, dragged down from behind at the 22-yard line. Jay slowing the pace down just a little bit here. We've got 20 seconds on the play clock. Everybody comes up to the line of scrimmage. Wells up under center. Single setback is Pendleton. And it's going to be Pendleton trying to find through, and he does. Finds 5-yard line, finds the end zone. Touchdown, Jays. Kevion Pendleton from 12 yards out, and the Jays answered.
You see the D linemen just give up? They didn't want to beat
They're like, yeah, go.
They just gave up.
And with that point after, the Jays back on top. It's 35-31, 4:20 to go here in the third quarter. We'll be back more from the custom screen printing and embroidery broadcast booth after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to Jays football on KLIK.
That should be the quarter, George.
And that'll bring quarter number 3 to a close unless they call that timeout. Doesn't look like they're going to. And the clock will strike zeros, and that's 3 quarters in the books. Fourth quarter, the money quarter, coming up. After this 60-second timeout, at the end of 3 quarters, the Jays lead the Jaguars. It is 35-31. You're listening to Jays football from the custom screen printing and embroidery broadcast booth on KLIK. Backfield set, Pendleton and Wings. And it's going to go to Wings. Wings going to find the side. Wings gets some gaping holes. And he cuts it back up the hash marks, and he gets to the 39-yard line. And that's good for a Jays first down. They're actually going to give him the 40.
Did you see what Wells did? He saw Wings move up. He waited a second.
Waited.
And then he got in motion. Then he called the play.
Backfield set. It is Pendleton and Bethune. And it's going to be Pendleton busting through. Pendleton in the midfield. Pendleton, 45-yard line, 40. And drop down at the 35-yard line of the Jaguars. Big first down run by Kevion Pendleton. Jay's offense coming to the line up under center. It is Wells, single setback Pendleton. And it's going to be Pendleton slashing right through the center. And Pendleton cuts it outside. And touchdown Jays. Kevion Pendleton from 24 yards out. Goodness sakes.
When you score, but you see how far our center and guard got on the second level? Wow, they got there before Pendleton did.
Jays going for 2. Wells floats it, Bethune.
Wow.
2-point conversion, good. Wells to Bethune. That was a heck of a call right there on that 2-point conversion.
Well, that's why when you stick Bethune on the wing, you play action, and then you just run him to the corner. Nobody keep up with him. That was a great ball, though, too. Great
Nice,
play
well-thrown ball, good play fake. Pendleton, the 24-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion to Bethune is good. And with 7:18 to go, the Jays up by 6. It's 43-37. We'll be back more from the custom screen printing and embroidery broadcast booth after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to Jays football on KLIK. Good. And with 7:18 to go here in the fourth quarter, the Jays lead the Jaguars 43-37.
Oh, great kick.
Excellent kick.
End zone.
And end zone, so
Great
it's a touchback for the Jays.
Okay.
That's the dang near the best kick of the season.
At the best time,
Parker
too.
Curley, you couldn't have picked a better time.
Yep.
And it's going to be the quick handoff, and the Jays stop the run.
They got the hefty-lefty still in there, George, so it's good.
None on the carry.
They can do an RPO with this quarterback, send him out, so be careful his running ability.
So Jackson Figo with the stop. Junior, and he's a lefty. None with the carry, none trying to find some space, and Garnett will have, frankly, none of that.
But, George, the formation they had lined up.
And all that confusion, so the Jays actually will have 2 timeouts remaining here. They have the ball, 3rd and 11. Ball spotted at the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
Jays break the huddle.
Look where Bethune is on the short side.
Bethune's on the short side. It's going to be Pendleton. It's going to be Bethune trying to find the far side, and he gets it. Yep. He gets up there. David Bethune, 20-yard line, 10, 5, touchdown, Jays.
George, I told you. I told you. Just give me my due. He's on the weak side.
40-yard line.
Yes, I told you that.
40-yard touchdown run by David Bethune, and he's into the end zone. On for the extra point, it's Wilson out of the hold of Wells. The snap back, place down, kicks up. Kick is through the uprights, and with 2 minutes to go, the Jays lead this one 50-37. We come back on the other side.
That's another good
driver, another good kick at the 4-yard line. Jays need good special teams coverage here. They get it.
Wow, that's huge.
What a hit right there on special teams by Clayton Hurley.
Oh, man, what a hit.
Met him and stood him up. Quick outlet pass on the far side.
Go.
Pass complete.
Perfect.
To Darius Jones. Jones kept in bounds right near side. Narrow side of the field. Bates looking, steps back. Pass thrown.
Good defense.
And
Great
incomplete.
defense.
Kevion Pendleton on the knockdown.
That's how you play it.
He gets the pass. Breakup. Empty backfield set for Bates. Bates back to pass. Bates running to his left, being pursued by Smith. Bates corner.
Nope.
Batted up in the air. Incomplete. On the coverage on the far side.
Right?
Wilson. And the ball knocked out. And the kneel down. And hey, guess who's out there on that field? Old number 44. Will Brenzen making the appearance, and he's heading off the field. Jays head off the field, and that is it from Fort Zumwalt West High School. The Jays pick up the victory as they beat the Jaguars 50-37.
Get back to the custom screen printing and embroidery broadcast booth, and we have fought it out during the 2-minute timeout, and we have come to a conclusion. Your player of the game tonight is David Bethune.
10-5 touchdown, Jays. David Bethune intercepted. Bethune 10-5 touchdown, David Bethune.
Wow.
20-yard line, 10-5 touchdown, Jays. 40-yard touchdown run by David Bethune.